So, what's up, Soul Fam? The universe says, meet me halfway. Meet me halfway. You know, I've done this for the longest time. So, I could relate, so I'm going to share with you. You sit in your house, wherever you're at, and you wait. You wait, right? Because you're going through this awakening and you see these signs, you see the numbers. So you're like, something's guiding me. I'm following this. And you follow it. But in a fearful way, where you don't fully commit. And you hold back. And you think you're taking action, but you're not. And the universe is waiting on you, saying, I'll meet you halfway. Take that step forward. You've been having this reoccurring thought to maybe get out here. You know what I mean? To do something like this. And you got to take that step. And as soon as you do, you're going to see the universe show up for you. But until you do, you're just going to be twiddling your thumbs. I done it. That was me back in Illinois. Where I was like, got to get out this job. Okay, I got out the job. All right, man, I got to figure out my purpose. I was lost there. I'm like, I got to do something. Fucking ended up jumping on Craigslist, looking into acting in LA. Fucking was like, fuck it, maybe I could do that. Maybe that, I think that's a sign, and it all lined up, right? Because I got a extra role on the Chicago-based show, Chicago Fire. So I'm like, wow. It was so odd how it worked out because I had called them up, which they don't even post their number. So they were like, I don't know how you got this number. And I was like, it's on Craigslist. They're like, I don't know how. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, well, you guys are still accepting extras? They're like, no, we're not. And I'm like, well, how about I give you my information, a couple photos. And if, you have any work further down the line, you can hit me up. She's like, oh, that's great. Yeah, that works. And I sent them. And like 4 hours later, they were like, hey, we like your look, man. We want you on the show. Come on down. And I'm like, all right. So I go on the show. Nothing like extravagant, And then I'm saying, maybe. So I take the leap of faith, sell off all my shit, pack my bags, and I pack my car up and I roll out. I'm headed to California. You see what I'm saying? And look what happened. I got in a car accident in Colorado, not even a day and a half later, totaled my car, absolutely assed out. Now, a majority of that would stop people. They were like, man, I must have made a bad decision. I had to have made a bad decision because if I was in alignment, this would have never happened. It would have never happened. I must be out of alignment. But no, you have to trust, say, no, I know I'm in alignment. Shit happens. And sometimes fucked up shit happens to redirect you. And that's okay. It was so weird because I kept on getting signs that I should come out to Washington State. But I was like, nah, I'm good. That was another codependent experience, a situation. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going out on my own in California. So I ignored the universe. And so they're like, all right, go to California. So I went out to California and got in a car accident. And you're just like, as soon as I got in a car accident, I seen it happen. I'm on ice and I'm like, I'm not stopping. Wow, there's a semi truck right in front of me. I'm not stopping. Wham. I braced for impact and I slammed right into him. And like, after the impact and everything, if you would have seen the car, you would wonder how the fuck I'm alive. And I'm like, what? I was like at peace. Like the accident, you would think I would be all worked up. I was like peaceful. And I was like, man, well, this shit happens. And if you follow my channel from the beginning, you'll know that like I got my car hit outside my apartment and I just happened to change my insurance. Thank the fuck. But so, like I said, everything worked out. It always does. But the universe wants you to meet halfway. Or it's just gonna keep on fucking sending you off. It's gonna keep on sending you the numbers to make you think you're in alignment. And you're on your path, but you might be just a little veering off because you're living in fear. There's nothing to fear. I'm telling you. I mean, are you scared of a couple sleepless nights? Are you scared of a couple chilly nights? Are you scared of maybe a little rumbly in your tumbly? Come on, man. That's pussy shit, man. You'll work it out. But the fact of the matter is this shit's exciting. And you can live this life. You don't have to be doing the 3D Matrix grind of waking up, fucking doing your little morning ritual of fucking shit, shower, and shave. All in the vibration of fucking dissatisfaction and worry. And assumption. Assumption of, I already know how this fucking day is gonna go. It's gonna suck. Another worthless day. Just throw it away. 9-to-5 job. Fucking surviving. Just to fucking support a life that I ain't even happy living. And when do you think that will end? Just ask yourself that. When will this end? When will I step into my power? Because you are powerful. We all are. But it's fucking buried. And depending on how much trauma and how much shit you went through, it's dependent on how much you buried it. But I'll tell you what. I've been through it. And I'll tell you what. There's fucking a light at the end of the tunnel, for sure. There's certain breakthroughs. You get little breakthroughs along the way to keep you fucking going. Little breakthroughs, little synchronicities, little serendipities, you know? But like, this is a real thing. You know, and a lot of individuals are doing this through Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation. I think they're activating their DNA. Pretty sure they are, because he mentions the same thing that I'm going through. Same thing I'm going through, but they're willfully doing it, right? I'm not sitting there in meditation, like forcefully in meditation. A lot of them, they got to start off in the beginning forcing themselves into meditation, forcing themselves into the routine. I never did that. I just took psychedelic mushrooms and fucking blasted off, and next thing you know, the alarm clock went off. And I woke up. Now, is that guaranteed that will happen for you? No, it's not guaranteed for anybody. But I'm pretty confident, F you, fucking, really, with heart, talk to the universe and ask them, look, I'm sick and tired of living the same repetitive ass life. I want something new. I want a beautiful experience where I'm out in nature, communing. And I'm gonna take this 5-gram dose of psilocybin mushrooms, and I'm gonna wait on you, Spirit. I'm gonna wait on you, and I have faith that you're gonna show up for me. And just wait. Have faith. You know? I'll tell you what. So my whole journey, it was divinely guided. I was staying at an old friend, and had this great idea to start growing mushrooms. I tried to, I got something in my teeth. I was eating nuts, nigga. I love nuts. So I was staying at a past life, and I fucking had this great idea to start growing mushrooms. I was gonna become the next fucking Pablo Escobar of the mushroom game. You know what I mean? And had this great idea. So I followed through on it. Started taking action. And you know, there was a couple obstacles, but I persevered through them, and I just kept on going, and I trusted. And then eventually, I seen the jars colonize. I'm like, all right, it's starting. Took a little while. Then finally I had all these colonized jars. So I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna make some bulk substrate. Fucking got my terrarium. Did my old thing. Sure enough, bam, pins all over all over my bulk substrate. And I'm like, uh-oh, it's time. And then as soon as I seen these pins, I had this realization. These aren't for fucking selling. These are your medicine. And I'm like, medicine? What are you talking about? Like, who? No, I'm here to sell these things. I made them to sell them. Like, no, you're not selling them. You're going to do them. And then we'll send you a few individuals that you need to share these with as well. But you're not selling shit. And I was just okay with it. It was like, all right. And sure enough, you know, me in a past life, an old friend fucking decided to fucking have a psychedelic experience out in nature. It's kind of, I made a few videos about it earlier. Like, it's about me waking up, so it has to be on here. And yeah, like I said, it wasn't like this transcendental kundalini mind-blowing thing. It was just a blissful experience. Almost like felt like I connected to my inner child. Because I remember smelling, having these scents that were coming through, and I'm like, man, that reminds me of some shit I smelled when I was a child. Like, you know that smell when someone builds a new house and they just move in and it smells that smell? Well, I smelled that one time as a child visiting somebody's house, and it felt secure. It smelled like security. Like, wow, this is what real security feels like. This is what a nice home feels like. And I remember smelling that and having this nostalgic experience, and I was like, wow. And in a few instances like that. And then next thing you know, I just start noticing these numbers everywhere, you know? It's my birthday, 10/18. I was ignoring it in the beginning. I don't know how long I was ignoring it. But eventually I couldn't, because it just got fucking more weirder and weirder. Maybe you're experiencing the same thing, and all you're doing is looking at the numbers and wondering, okay, I'm seeing the numbers, but nothing's changing. Because you're not changing. What, do you expect them to just fucking hit a wand? What are you gonna learn from that? What are you gonna learn from that? The universe is trying to build warriors out here. The universe is trying to build warriors out here. So the last 7-Eleven, baby, 7-Eleven. The last thing it wants to do is just hand you some shit. That's not how warriors earn their right. Not saying that you can catch a blessing, you know. You fucking follow your journey. Next thing you know, you fucking go treasure hunting, dig up $1 million fucking gold chest. Who knows? Anything is possible. But for the most part, you're going to get little breadcrumbs along the way to really strengthen your faith, where you feel like shit ain't going to work out for you. You don't know how anything's going to work out. Matter of fact, you feel pretty hopeless. And then out of nowhere, dun 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 dun, universe shows up with a blessing that blows your fucking mind. And then it keeps you going. And then you fall back into the despair, however long ahead on the path, maybe a week later, a few days, maybe a couple hours, who knows? Because you're so up and down through this experience, through this spiritual awakening. It's like hot, cold, happy, sad, angry, get the fuck away from me type shit. You know what I mean? Fucking, you would really think you're bipolar. That's why I think it's important for me to make these videos and to share with you that you're not going crazy. Quit sharing your experiences with fucking muggles. They don't understand it. They don't understand it. They're still living in fucking La La Land, while we're over here fucking on our brooms in Hogwarts, living a dream, you know? And people don't understand that this world that we live in is closer to Hogwarts than it is anywhere else, than it is anything else. And the moment that you start believing it is the moment you start seeing it. But that's why I'm making these videos. I made a video yesterday of like, why do I make content? Because one day it's gonna hit and you're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, wow, he fucking did it. I seen his journey, right? But I also wanna make these videos because sometimes you get in a point in your journey where you start doubting yourself, where you start maybe thinking you're going crazy, or you're fucking being naive, or you're just fucking blindly doing shit and you don't know why. I'm here to tell you that sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like you're blindly going into something. Sometimes it feels like hopeless. Sometimes it feels like you're going crazy. Sometimes people will tell you you're going crazy. Sometimes people will look at you crazy. You say something like, wow, I was fucking in the bathroom and I seen this orb, and all of a sudden my consciousness was blasted, and they're all just like looking at you like a deer in the headlights, like, call the doctor. You know what I mean? So your best bet is to not share your experiences right off the bat. But maybe you feel so compelled where you cannot, then I would tell you to do that, because there's some medicine in there. Maybe the universe wants you to share this experience, so the other person, maybe your mom, maybe your dad, maybe your sister, or maybe your brother, maybe your wife, maybe your husband, whoever the fuck it is, can give you that look. So you can see how much you aren't supported. How as soon as you fall out of their comfort zone, their little box of beliefs, that you don't have that support that you thought you fucking had. That illusion of support. That thing we call family. That thing we call love. That thing we call marriage. Fuck that! Don't get married. Don't be a sucker. Don't be a fucking sucker. If you want to spend your life with someone, then just do it through commitment. If you want to get a ring, that's fucking cool. But you don't need to fucking sign a paper. I don't know any love so strong that it's worth getting the fucking government involved. I don't know any fucking love. I ain't never experienced some shit like that. But just fucking love the person. If you need a fucking certificate and a ring to fucking make you really accept that this person loves and cares for you and is gonna be here for you, you're fucking 3D junkie. You need fucking permission slips up your ass. I need a permission slip to tell you I'm loved. I need a permission slip on my hand to constantly remind me I'm with you. Fuck that. That's what we're doing here. We're releasing these fucking permission slips. We're no longer becoming materialists. We're becoming alchemists. And we're turning raw materials into what we need. Whether it's medicine, whether it's fucking resources, money, food, gas, it will manifest. Not in the way you or your ego wants it to, but in a way that's gonna build your faith and that's gonna teach you a lesson. You know, in the beginning, I thought I was someone special. And I never really bought into this, but in an egoic sense, you'll start to think, man, I must be like some type of chosen one or something, because why me? Why am I going through this? So you're like, man, I'm gonna start playing the lottery, man. They're gonna hit me. Shit, I'm blessed. I mean, lottery. And then it never happens. You're like, well, what the fuck? Because the universe ain't gonna fucking do that. That makes no sense. You're not strong enough to handle it yet. In the moment that you do, it will show up. Play that lottery the moment you fucking hit that powerful state where you know that the money that you spend is gonna go to something of value. Whether it's, you know, providing security for you so you can focus more on your purpose, a fucking vehicle to get you around so you can be of greater service, resources to assist others, where the money, they know it's not gonna be just, oh, I need a fucking this, I need a that, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna fucking trick off on this bitch, and I'm gonna trick off on that dude, and this. No. The universe wants to be like, you know what, fuck everybody, and I'm gonna make sure I got a place to live, I'm eating, and then you know what, the rest, I'm finding out how I could serve better. What could I use this to be of greater service? And until you hit that level, and you truly mean it, and you're not just lip service, you ain't gonna get shit. A couple fucking bones, you know what I mean? And you'll see you level up each time. Like in the beginning, you might catch a little paycheck, and you might be making like 300. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're like, fuck this. I can't do this job shit, so you quit. And then you fucking start grasping, because you're living in fear, and like, I don't know how the next dollar is going to show up. I don't know how I'm going to pay my car note. I don't know how I'm going to pay the rent. So you start panicking, you start job searching, and next thing you know, you fall into that same cycle and you're back working, back fucking slave driving. You know, it happens. But now you fucking getting paid fucking $500. $500 a week, so you're like, oh, it's a little worth it. At least I'm getting paid more. But then you fall back into that cycle of just being fucking miserable and projecting your misery onto others. You know? So you're like, fuck this, man, I'm miserable. Fuck this $500, it ain't even worth it. Bam, quit. Same cycle. Fuck it. Man, I'm scared. Where am I gonna eat? Job hunt. But now you're making 1,000. You see what I mean? Like, and each time you level up. So it was like you were supposed to do that. So don't think you're out of alignment. You were supposed to do that. So, this is a long video. I just wanted to share all this magnificence with you. This is the ideal place to go hunting. And I need to get to it. And this is the Columbia River. It empties into the Pacific Ocean. We're over here in Oregon, Pacific Northwest. And these are the things you get to do every day. Like, what do I want to do with my day? What would it feel like if you woke up in the morning and you said, what do I want to do with my day? What do I want to do with my day? Spirit, what are we doing today? Always check in with Spirit. Spirit, what is thy will? And then you just start doing the shit. And in the beginning, you're still going to wake up not so happy. You're still not going to feel as free as you really are. It's not going to hit you because you're still in fear, because you're getting fed breadcrumbs. You're still not feeling that security, right? So you still kind of like walking that tightrope. And that's okay. It's okay. You have to tell yourself, look, I'm following my heart. It's difficult, but I couldn't not do this even if I wanted to. So let me just be peaceful with this, and I'm grateful. Every day's a fucking journey. Every day I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, where I'll end up, who I'll be with, and fucking whatever else under the sun. And that's amazing. That's amazing. So everybody should live their life. Not waking up and knowing exactly how the day's gonna go fucking from hour to hour. That sucks. But either way, this video's gotten very fucking long. But I hope someone got something out of this. Remember, you're not going crazy. You're in alignment. You're on your path. Especially if you got this video and you made it this far. Most individuals won't make it this far. So if you made it this far, just know that like the universe has something great for you, right? Because you'll know you'll just like I said, you're more interested in the content. You're just not searching for what you want to hear. Most individuals search for what they want to hear. Like, say they get an angel number, right? And it's not what they want. So they'll search 4 or 5 times until they get an answer that resonates with their ego. Fuck that. My content ain't for everybody. I'm reinventing this whole spirituality, this whole spiritual shit. Because a lot of people think it's all love and light, and it kind of deflects people. Like, well, I don't see myself being this whole fucking love and light, ooh-woo, woo-hoo, hippie fuck. I just want to be my true authentic self. Speak from love, but authentically. You might have a couple F words in there, a couple B's and a couple O's, but it's all love. And if you don't understand that, you just don't understand life. And you're still living in your fucking box of, if it don't fit in this box, it must be wrong. No, you're fucking wrong. But the fucking universe is gonna righten you up. But in order for that to happen, love your motherfucking self.